You're watching Tennessee Titans Today by Chat Sports. I am Tom Downey here with a look at the Athletics pick for the breakout player for Tennessee in 2021. Might be a name that surprises you at least a little bit. They went with Darrynton Evans, the third-round pick at Appalachian State in last year's NFL draft. Maybe not the name you were expecting, but I do understand where the Athletic is coming from. Evans, after all, again, was a third-round pick. Tennessee invested him to be the complement back to Derrick Henry, who we will discuss, I promise you guys here. Evans last year was a complete non-factor. He wasn't really healthy. In the end, a meager 14 carries for 54 yards for less than 4 yards per carry. Jag numbers on an offense that ran the ball a lot better when Derrick Henry was involved. And Henry unquestionably is going to be back as the lead running back. There's no doubt about that. But picking Evans over the likes of maybe Anthony Versker, the tight end, is intriguing. Tennessee wants, and I would argue kind of needs, a better number two back. Maybe that's Evans, who, again, didn't make much of an impact last year. But there's not that much competition. There's led by Jerry McNichols, and maybe Brian Hill ends up being a guy that's kind of up in the air. He picked up from the Falcons, they cut him, and has got no good back, so that was a little bit weird on that front. But I don't think the Titans want to force-feed Derrick Henry quite as much as they did last year. Yes, Derrick Henry was the, I'd argue, best fantasy player in football last year with 378 carries, but at Derrick Henry's age, even as big and as strong and as tough and just awesome as he is, I don't think Tennessee wants to give him the ball 400 times in the regular season. That's not what they want to do. And at minimum, probably more so on third downs, long third downs, they like to have a different back in there. For last year, that was mostly Jeremy McNichols, who I thought was going to be so good at Boise State, and I was wrong. It happens. They also had Deonta Foreman playing a fairly significant role, at least relative to other players there, but he's a free agent right now. Brian Hill kind of replaces him on the active roster. Then there's Darrynton Evans. So opportunity-wise, I think there is room for 100, maybe 150 touches for Darrynton Evans, depending how the season tends to work out. But he didn't show much last year, so he is a bit of an unknown. So what do you guys think then? How much faith do you have in Evans? I want you guys to just a simple scale here. 1 to 10. 1 being you've got almost no confidence in Evans. You think he's a bust already. 10 being you think he and Derrick Henry can form the best 1-2 punch, mostly led by number 1, at the running back position in the NFL. Get your votes in. Use that scale. 1 on the low end, 10 on the high end.